side chick or not, there's still gonna be certain restrictions. So if y'all don't talk about it, then it gets out of hand. You see what I'm saying? So talk about it, you know. And if they're not your main person, you can't restrain them from moving forward. You know what I mean? I always want whoever I'm with to always move forward. Never backwards, though, because that bothers me a little bit. But, hey, what is that word? It is what it is. It is what it is. Huh?
It is what it is.
She don't like that word.
It all
Now,
depends.
second question. Let me ask you this, Joe. Second question. Oh, Jamie says she want to explain it. Okay, let me let her explain that before we get to the second question. What you think? Oh shoot, we're running out of time. But Jamie, let me put you on real quick. Let me let Jamie explain that.
For a 6-hour date.
6-hour date. Oh yeah, I can't wait to hear that one.
Yeah, that one.
I can't wait to hear that one.
Don't take 6 hours now.
Don't take 6 hours to explain it.
Just summarize it up.
You're a trip. All right, we're gonna add JB in. JB, you can explain your 6-hour date. You know,
In 30 seconds.
In
60 seconds.
Hey, what's up, JB? What's going on?
What's up?
What's up? Rob Maker said you can explain your 6 hours, but don't take 6 hours to explain it.
I'm not gonna take 6 hours. This is gonna be real quick.
Oh, that's how he was?
Huh?
He was that quick?
That's the problem. See, back to the sex stuff.
That's all we talking about. I feel you.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Anyway, okay. There's actually no sex talk, 0. Matter of fact, I never even hugged this dude.
So he just played with your hair all night?
No, he didn't touch me.
Oh, okay.
Damn, 6 hours.
Go ahead.
We met at a lounge, exchanged information. He asked to go on a date. It took forever to actually go on the date because I'm so busy, right? So he has to go to dinner a few times, and I canceled like 3 times. Not maliciously, not playing games, just super busy. So finally, we were supposed to meet up for coffee. We met up for coffee. So I thought, okay, probably spend an hour, go for coffee, talk, whatever. And that just turned into talking more and more. We walked around the mall. We saw a movie. We went to Dave and Buster's. Like, we ended up watching a football game. Like, it was pretty cool.
Okay, that's what's up. I can understand that. Movie alone take about 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. I mean, it was cool. Like, it gave us a lot of opportunity to talk. Like Cedric said, it's almost like an interview, right? So you want to know the person's background, if they're even really the type of person that you would even really associate with, you know?
Okay.
And so I thought, for me, it was the first time I hung out with a dude and there was nothing sexual, like nothing sexual.
So y'all didn't even hold hands?
No holding. We did not touch.
He didn't put his arms around you in the movies?
There was nothing.
Okay, so he was just trying to see if you was gay or not?
I'm done.
I'm just asking. Look at your Hey, look at my camera lady. She over there bucking.
But I mean, honestly, I think. Yo, how you gonna put V on that, man?
Oh God.
I mean, that's pretty rare. Honestly, I think that's really
That
good.
ain't rare.
Huh?
That's messed up.
No, that's pretty rare, man. I mean, holding hands and stuff like that for 6 hours.
Not even a hug in a movie?
You know what? Like, the thing, a lot of what we do is like social norms, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what that did was it broke up all the regular stuff. Like, I even paid for parts of the date because at this point it's like two people hanging out. Why would the guy then be responsible to
True.
pay for everything? I mean, like, it really just became so simple where it was literally just two people getting to know each other, hanging out.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, really dope. It was really dope.
Let me say this. I know I said what I said. I just had to. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't no way I'm gonna even at least do like this. Or did he at least give you a hug at the end of the night?
He did. He walked me to my car and gave me a hug.
Oh, so he touched you. He touched you.
At the
He did the
end,
thing.
he
He
did.
did.
He asked though. He didn't do nothing slick or.
Ask her if she stuck her booty out.
The only thing
Hey.
he did was just
Hey.
activity after
Just because you do that.
V
Shut
said,
up.
did you stick your booty out or did you just hug her?
You know what? I barely hugged him.
See, you're right. You're right, man. You do
Hey,
the same thing.
But let me say this though. Let
You
me
do the
say
same
this.
thing, don't you?
I
Let me
have.
say this. Although I
bugging
said
guy,
maybe
man.
he was trying to see if he was here or not.
wrong?
All jokes aside, if you guys do go out again, there may be some relationship that actually blossom into something very nice.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? That he was being a gentleman that night. That could be something that blossom into something very nice. You know what I'm saying? And I hope that it does if that's what your soul choose. But at the same time, it could also mean there was no real interest once they got together, because I've also been there myself where it was one thing on the phone or online, and you know, when we got together, I'm like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Perfect example. Maybe the way you were, or the way you were acting or walking or what you were wearing,
That's all
he
I was
probably treated you according to
It
that.
was according to her.
He treated you according to the way you were.
So he's
You
smart.
see what I'm saying? Because yeah, he
He's
might
smart.
be a good guy.
Yeah.
That happened to me once.
Yeah.
Okay, we got your
And
point.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. I've said it on the show before. I think that time
What?
around the beginning. I've mentioned this before.
Was she gay, Stanley?
No, she wasn't gay, not at all. But on the phone, you know, I got hooked up. Yeah, we talked about it. You remember that?
Yeah.
I got hooked up to with her through another friend.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the phone conversation, blah blah blah. Know me, you know what I'm saying? Conversation switched quick, blah. So conversation was sexual for most of our conversations. You know, so we planned a double date. You know what I mean? My homeboy and her friend, and me and her, because my homeboy was already dating her friend, but I ain't never met her. You know what I'm saying? She was just this. So they pulled me in. I said, all right, sure, why not? And I started talking to her. Conversation was sexual. I'm like, oh yeah, I felt that thing up. You know what I mean? But when we actually went out on the date, the girl was dressing all proper. You know, I don't know if maybe she just couldn't leave the house wearing what she really wanted to wear. But she was dressing proper. She was acting proper. So I said, all right, let me just chill. You know what I'm saying? And not kind of force myself, you know, since you already have a little chemistry over the phone, I can wait for the next date or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I figured I'll chill, you know what I'm saying? I'll show her my gentleman side or whatnot. Kind of like your dude just did. So, the last place we went to was the mall. We left the mall to go to I think we was going to, no, we left the mall and we went to the park. Now at the park was when we originally, me and my buddy, hey, we'll make the thing happen now. You know what I'm saying? So we actually went to the park. Now from the park, from the mall and everywhere else we went, she was still acting all nice, you know, There was nothing sexual in our conversation. She was just being a nice girl. So I figured, okay, I'll play it cool, like I said. So we got to the park. You know, I kept it cool, you know, put my arms around her, and we just chatted and we talked. You know, my homeboy went in, I'm sure he got his thing going. You know what I'm saying? So me and her, we just sat down and talked, looked at the stars, blah, blah, blah. And now we driving back. They pulled me in because I was going with the car. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got hooked up with. So now we driving back, you know, and I said to my homeboy, I said, damn, she acting a little funny though, bro. That happened. He said, and but that was before we left the park, you know. So that was me and him, and her friend was talking. So when we linked up back at close to the car, my homeboy pulled me to the side, you know, cause his girl already done told him what happened. Pulled me to the side. He said, "Man, she mad at you." I said, "Mad at me? I ain't did nothing to her." You know what I'm saying? I ain't act crazy. I ain't did nothing. I ain't even really touched it. You know what I'm saying? What you mean she mad at me? She said, "That's exactly why she mad at you." I said, "What?"
Damn.
She mad at me cause
you didn't try.
Cause I didn't put. She mad at me because I didn't make a move. And I was going off of her vibes, you know what I'm saying? She was acting all nice and all proper, so I figured I'll chill, I'll wait for the next one, you know what I'm saying? Since we already had a connection, so I know we'll probably see each other again, so I just chilled that night. And she was mad because I didn't really try and I didn't go to put it down.
She wanted to chase, man.
Yeah, so I guess she wanted me to chase her or whatnot, and I didn't do that. And I said, well, shit, if that's what it is, tell her we can go back.
Damn.
We can go back, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no problem here. I was just chilling because I was trying to go off of her vibes, but if that was the case, then, baby, let's go. You know?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, man, we can do it like that, you know what I'm saying? So we drove back, and even on the ride back, she was really quiet, you know what I'm saying? So I told her, okay, so promise you, we come out again, you ain't got to worry about that. You know what I'm saying? Since I know what you want, I'm going to make it happen. You know what I mean? But ever since that day,
you ain't messing up that one.
ever since that day,
You ain't messing up no more.
whether I think I read the message wrong or not, I always
You
go
push
for
it.
it. I always go for it. If they tell me no, fine, cool, I'll back off.
Yeah.
But I'm going for the push.
Yeah.
I'm going for the kid.
Guys will go for it. You know, if they don't get the vibe, then they back off. So I was surprised to see that he just never went for it. You know what I mean?
Did you give him the sign?
No. I wasn't giving him no sign.
Well, he probably, like I said, he was going off of your vibe.
He was respecting her.
It was cool. But like I said, it's even on my vibe. Most guys, even if you don't give them that vibe, they're gonna go for it.
Well, like I said, I ain't making that mistake no more. Vibe or not, I'm gonna go for it. If you turn me down, all right, cool, no problem.
Yeah.
Now, if the vibe is there and I go for it, you turn me down, then I'm gonna feel some type of way a little bit, but it is what it is.
Yeah, guys do rejection, okay? So rarely do I ever see a guy not go for it. Rarely. So I was waiting for my way out, to be honest. I was like, okay, is this over? You know what I mean? Especially since I'm not showing no signs, but he was just ready to go on to the next activity and just keep it going. And I was like, oh my God, it's been 6 hours. I'm going
Maybe he
home.
really liked you. You know?
It was cool. I mean, he asked to go golfing the next day. Like, he wanted to chill the next day.
Okay, it could have been 8 hours.
Yeah.
Sean shoots for 2 hours at a time or 6 hours at a time until he gets to 24 hours. Who knows?
The whole day.
Oh.
Yeah, he probably really interested,
Yeah.
or he's a very.
I would say
patient
go
dude.
ahead and go for it if you like him and, see where it goes.
Or he could be very patient.
Yeah, he could be very patient. Or maybe he's a virgin. I don't know.
It's fun. I mean, I don't.
He's a
I'm
V?
not the type of person that will
Shut the
purposely hold back or not.
You
I
a
feel
virgin.
like
This is
a
a
grown
new V.
woman, even if it's the first date.
Yeah, after 20 years of not having sex, B.
I'm gonna do it. I don't really play games in that way, but that's not really where I'm at in my life. Like I said, I don't know if it's the Atlanta market too. It's like everybody's gonna shoot their shot. Okay.
Atlanta,
Why you shaking?
Atlanta, Georgia. That's like Hollywood.
ATL.
That's like Hollywood and Vegas right now.
Everybody that shoots their shot a chance. Damn it! I see why there's so much HIV out here. You know.
Oh, there's a lot of that over there.
Oh yeah. And I'm like
Oh.
number one. Bro.
I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. And so it's like everybody, like you said, most guys is going to try anyway. So, you know, you get to a point where you're just like, that's either I'm gonna live that life, or I'm gonna have my fun, or I'm not really interested in that. You know, I want to see something different and something original. Like bring something else to the table.
Right. Like I said, he brought something else to the table.
Yeah, it's different.
Give him a chance. I'm rooting for the guy. If it's, hopefully he turn out to be good.
Yeah, hopefully.
We'll see. For now, you know, like I said, it's just two people having fun. Shoot, I'll go golfing.
Hey, why not? A lot of times that's how it starts. Have fun, enjoy each other, get to know each other, and build from that. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I got a question for you. Let me ask you that before you go. Sumi, I'm not sure if Sumi is still on. She had question marks there. If you have a question, go ahead and say, yeah, you have a question. I'll let you come on the live, or you can just type it in. But let me ask you this, Jamie. Should women act as wives during the dating stage of the relationship?
I don't even know what that really means.
Okay, let me put it this way. Should they do wifely duties or activities while dating?
Like cooking and cleaning?
Here's the thing, and I'm gonna answer this just from me, okay? Because you don't really get the dose of Jamie on this show because it's so late. You really just get Jamie, right? Me as a person, I don't turn it on or off, right? So I am a wife kind of person. So
Okay.
if you just deal with me, that's just the kind of person you're going to get regardless.
Okay, so you do do some of his laundry, you cook for him and stuff?
But I don't do that stuff on the regular. Like,
But let's say he had his own place. Would you go and do some of his laundry sometimes, even if not on the regular, as you say?
In your dating.
I don't do my own laundry, so you picked the wrong thing.
Okay, would you cook for him?
I would cook for him here and there, yeah.
Would you give him the booty?
Yeah. I mean, why
She said, yeah.
This is somebody I'm with. Yeah, he's getting the booty.
I've seen some women post that stuff up talking about if he ain't wife, he ain't no ring. Well, this is no.
What I mean by that is when these women want rings, right? They're saying if you give the guy the cow, why buy the milk, right? Why is he gonna buy the milk?
Right.
But that just doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna hold back on giving in a relationship. If you feel like you have to hold back in order for this person to take you seriously, then that's probably not the person for you.
Right, because I'm sure you want me to do certain things as well.
Right. I'm gonna want you to give, and I'm gonna get it's an exchange, right? So if we're giving of each other, then why not?
Right.
Question, Jamie, man.
Women take that. It's
That's a
because
whole
some
nother show.
women focus on the actual
Women with this
thing
celebrity
about
shit.
marriage and wanting to be married, you know, rather than the actual relationship with the person. They're thinking in terms of the idea of marriage. They're not even thinking of the relationship and where
Right.
it's at.
The relationship comes first.
The relationship is what dictates all that.
Right, because if you break the relationship and the dating stage, then there's definitely no marriage. And for me, if I can't see no wife from side of you, why in the world would I want to wife you? That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If I can't dribble the ball or make some shots, why would a coach put me on the team? That don't make no
Right.
sense.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it's just I feel like that's either who you are or who you're not. You know, if a man doesn't treat you like he would treat his wife, you're not gonna be his wife.
Right. I
He's
mean,
not gonna just one day decide I'm gonna treat you better. If he's not treating you that way now, then he's just not gonna do it.
right. Some of those things you have to also talk about. For example, you say you don't like to do laundry. You tell them, hey, look here, I don't like to do laundry. You know, if you're a person who don't like to cook, let him know, hey, I don't like to cook. Maybe he loves to cook. Some men like to cook.
Ain't no shame in my game. I just paid money for a wash and fold service. I sure
There you
did.
go.
Believe
Then you
that.
can do that. As long as they get done around the house, men don't
You're gonna
care.
get one, but please understand that, you know, dealing with me, you're probably gonna have to set a budget for that because I ain't got time for it.
Oh, Lord. But let me ask this,
Said you
Jane.
got a question for me.
Let me ask this, because I know a lot of women are doing it now, because they've been through so much turmoil in their past relationships. A lot of women are like, you know, abstaining from sex or practicing celibacy and stuff like that. Do you agree with this epidemic that's going on, or or is it just something that's kind of fake until they find the right person or whatever? I mean, I just see that a lot, you know.
A lot of women jump on it. I feel like coming out of maybe toxic relationships. But the women that do that usually are not practicing celibacy for real.
That's
A
what I think.
woman who is truly practicing celibacy is working on herself,
Yeah.
right? And so it's not so much about I'm keeping the cookie to myself. It's just that I'm in a point where I'm kind of going within myself and doing work right now.
No, I agree
And
with
just
that.
having sex is just not in line with that for them in the moment. You know what I mean? Because they're trying to get a grip on their own energy. And so your body will kind of follow with the work that you're doing in your life. You know I went through a period of celibacy. Sometimes not really even by choice. It just was a natural progression of where I was at and the type of work I was doing within myself.
Yeah.
Have you ever practiced celibacy?
No, absolutely not. No, but I agree with that for a
No,
woman. I
absolutely
mean,
not.
maybe a guy can do that. But me, I don't think I can do that.
I've done it.
But I can't do that shit. But I do agree with some women that, well, a lot of women that do that. I do agree with it because you may need a time because you guys are receiving energy. You know, even during sex, you're receiving a lot of energy. So a lot of that stuff is harnessed in. You know what I'm saying? You don't feel like you want to let another person in and you don't really know how it's gonna turn out and stuff like that. So I do agree. You got to work on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I say that all
in
the time.
totality, not just abstaining from sex. The whole celibate thing. I mean, if you're gonna work on yourself, do it in totality. You know.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I said if a girl says she's celibate
Yeah.
and you don't notice that that's somebody who is, and she's out partying and it's like, oh, I'm celibate, and
Right.
you know, she doesn't seem like she's really working on herself.
Yeah, you should do the whole
Yeah,
thing.
She's
if-
not celibate.
Like you
Yeah.
said, yeah, she's not happy, right?
Yeah.
As you said, if you're gonna do it,
Do
might
it.
as well do it in totality. Like work on more than one area.
Exactly.
That way, when your so-called
There's more
Boaz
of
comes
you.
along, you'll
Exactly.
be like already refreshed. I'm a
Exactly.
whole new person.
Mhm.
You know, you work on your attitude. You
Yep.
work on different things.
Mhm.
You start loving yourself. You
Mhm.
start cooking. Practice cooking for
Yeah,
yourself.
you
You know,
exercise.
because nobody can criticize you then. You know what I'm saying? Do some volunteer hours. You know,
Your whole
work
life.
on you.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like going through a cleanse.
It's
Right.
a cleanse. It's a detox. It's a
It's a
cleanse.
detox.
Mhm.
It is.
It's a detox. It's when you dealt with people and you go through relationships and
Yeah.
like you said, we receive a lot of
You're
energy.
harnessing
and
energy.
Right.
sometimes
Detox.
without
That's why most of the time the guys don't sweat.
Mm-hmm.
Sumi says, "Are you serious, Stanley?" Hey, what's that supposed to mean, Sumi?
Are
Yeah.
you sure? I'm not sure what she's asking.
She's
Sure about.
when I said I've done the celibacy thing.
He's lying.
I did. I did it for 2 years actually.
A week.
2 years.
2 days.
2 years, man.
2 days.
That's a long time.
Very long.
I did it for
Wow.
2 years. I can remember
Did
the
Jesus
year.
come back?
Huh?
Jesus came back.
No, I thought he was coming though.
What?
97, 97, 98. No, it's 98, 99. Around that time. 97, 98.
I don't believe.
And you know what happened? That's why they tell you, be careful what you wish for. Be careful what comes out of your mouth. Because the devil is listening. Guess what happened when I was doing that? I don't think it was a full 2 years, but it was close to 2 years. That was before I dated Trina. That was so that was like 97. That was like my last year in high school. My last year in high school when I started changing myself, you know, I oh man, I started seeing everybody out with girlfriends, this and that. You know, I had even started dating a girl from the church, but her mom didn't want me for her, so you know she went to the pastor. We had a whole meeting, blah blah blah. The girl loved me though, and I loved the girl. You know, had they left me with her, I would have made her the best wife, because at the time was when I was changing a lot of things about me, but because from testimony services and all of that, I testified about my life and how I've been. You know, I guess I've always been an open person. I let them know who I was, how I've been. And matter of fact, they used to see me around. You know what I'm saying? The reason I went to that church was because the deacons from walking the streets pulled us in. You know what I'm saying? You can ask Jack, he'll tell you.
Which church? The one in Lake Park?
Right.
Off of Park?
Park Ave.
Yeah, I went
Right,
a long time with
right,
you.
right.
Long time.
And she didn't want me for her daughter. You know, because she said, oh, he's a dog. Oh, he's this and that. You know what I'm saying? But when I talk about these things, it's because I was leaving that life. You know, when I testified about it, so I was talking about me changing.
You were
You
testifying.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not only that, but they also knew they seen me around.
They
You
seen you
know,
around
they seen
too?
me
Oh,
around.
damn.
Right. Like I said, while I was out there, was inviting us in.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So we were pretty known in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Me and my
Whole
crew and
squad.
some of the almost all
All
squad.
boys,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? 'Cause
All
yeah,
aboard.
they knew us, or at least of us. You know what I'm saying? So, she broke it off. I said, okay, cool, no problem. But around that time, and although I was dating her, I never had sex with her. Yeah, we kissed or whatever. Matter of fact, a couple years later, she asked me why I never touched her, especially with the past life that I had. You know, because I told her about things I've done as well. You know, she knows about the parties and all that stuff. And I said, well, I loved you. And I thought I was going to be here with you forever, so I didn't really see no need in rushing it. And plus, you was a virgin. I didn't want to go there. You know what I'm saying? You know. I mean, I hit it after that. But that was
damn.
years later when we ran into each other. But
You
at
hit
that
it
time,
first?
I never touched her. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I never touched her. And during my celibacy moments,
Is the way it's
I was watching all the people with girlfriends. Watching every movie, almost every movie. It seems like I was watching had people kissing and having sex and all that. Guess what I said? Y'all won't believe the nonsense that came out of my mouth. Shame on you. Huh?
Yeah, it's taking 6 hours.
Okay, he took 6 hours.
Oh, Jamie can't wait to hear it. I said to God. Now, to God.
Mm-hmm.
I said this to God.
Mm-hmm.
God of all people.
Okay.
God. I said, God, won't you send me a little girlfriend so I can have sex with?
Mm-mm.
I said this to God. I said, I'll just do it a few times and leave her alone.
Mm-mm.
I said this to God. Can you believe this nonsense?
Leave her alone.
Buddy?
Huh?
You asked God for a buddy?
I asked God to send me a chick to have sex with.
He asked for an escort from God.
Right.
You know?
God ain't gonna be a prostitute.
I asked God for a chick to have sex with a few times. You know, I basically asked for God for me to be some chick side nigga for a little bit.
And leave her
You know,
alone.
I said, God, give me a friend with benefit. Basically, that's what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Of all people, God. I actually went to God. And I said it out loud. And you know what they say? The devil listens to what you say. Sure enough, shortly after that, here come what's her name?
Serena.
Yeah.
Why was it the devil? You asked God. He delivered.
Okay.
God does not operate that way. Let me tell you that.
He probably wanted you to have a little something.
Teach him a lesson.
Devil
Teach you a
heard
lesson.
me. He
Hey.
couldn't find me nowhere else.
Hey.
That's where he got me.
Hey, he could have taught you that lesson.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So he said, "Oh, I know how to get him." You know, because by that time, I was clean. I wasn't hanging out with thugs. I wasn't banging. I was chilling. You know, I was either church, work, or home. You know what I'm
He takes
saying?
forever to tell us that.
And man, devil heard me, send that girl my way, and the way she was, I figured, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hit that a few times and be done. You know what I'm saying?
Boy,
Went in there, hit it a few times.
that thing was good.
Yeah, that thing was good. You know, after a year and a half or so, almost
Damn.
2 years,
Oh my God.
anything good. You know how when you're hungry, but that will be the best. You know? But that was good not only to me but to her, because apparently that was her first time actually having an orgasm, and she had 2 kids.
Yeah, she had 2 boys. Right?
I'm like, how did that happen? And she talks about how dude had a monkey dick, not a monkey dick, like a horse dick, and
But
In the
she
video.
still never came. I'm like,
No,
what?
yeah, that doesn't mean no women gonna come from that.
And I didn't want to believe it at first. It was one day I was going over there, and then she was in there with her sister chopping it up, talking and kikiing. I decided not to knock. I said I'll just sit by the window and listen. And my name came up, and she was actually saying this, and she actually admitted to the sister that was her first time. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying?
Having kids and all with no
Had 2
orgasm?
kids, never had came, never had an orgasm. And there's so much stories behind that. Even when the time she did the water, she like exploded.
Yeah,
I thought she
been
peed.
holding it on.
You know, I went to smell it, to touch it.
Oh my goodness.
and
Questions
then-
you don't ask on a first date. Let's go.
Have you ever had an orgasm?
Yeah, that's one.